guys, so I have a Halloween book review video, and these books, they're not really like centered on one specific thing. They're mostly just like a horror genre. So the first ones I'm going to show you are part of like a series, and it's about witches, and they're not witches in the facts that it's not like modern witches like Harry Potter or stuff like that like you've grown up on. It's something different. And this is, it's called, the whole, like, series is called, like, a bewitching mystery. And I just read these. I didn't know they were in, like, I mean, I knew they were in some order, but I didn't read them in the order when I read them. This is A Charmed Death, and it's by Madelyn Alt. They're always by the same author. And this is what it looks like. So in this book, it's about, she's the newest witch in town, which she never knew she was a witch until she started working for the person she works for. She works in a shop called Enchantments, and the owner of Enchantments is a witch, but not, like I said, like, even like the stereotype of a witch, she's not. And she's working there, and it's around, like, Christmas time, which I know is kind of weird because I said it was like a Halloween book review. Sorry, my hair's like a mess. It just gets all weird at the top. So she's working there for Christmas, and this girl comes in, and she's not really like a snobby girl, but sort of. She comes in with some of her friends, and she wants to purchase this clock for her mom for Christmas. So she does that. And for some reason, she didn't show up to work, that night, and they found out that she died. So it's up to Maggie. Maggie's the main character, to figure out how she died and who killed her and why. And Maggie is an empath, which means she can hear ghosts, listen to ghosts with the air that's around the room, like the emotional air or whatever that's around the room or something. I think that's how you say it. It's like empath. It's like E-M-P-A-T-H. I don't know if that's how you really say it. This is another one in the series, and this is called No Rest for the Wiccan, and it's by the same author. This is what it looks like. I like this one better. This one was my favorite out of the 4 that I have in the series. This one is about, this one takes place in the summer, and it's her younger sister is like 6 months pregnant, and the shop that she works at is really slow right now, so her mom tells her, her mom's really like a controlling woman, and her mom says, well, if you don't have anything better to do, go help your sister, because her sister has to be on bed rest for like the rest of her pregnancy or something, and she's only 6 months pregnant, and she has to take care of her. So as she's taking care of her, she finds out that her 2 nieces, are seeing a ghost, but everybody thinks they're like imaginary friends. So it's up to Maggie to get rid of the ghost that's in her sister's house. This one is another one. It's called The Trouble with Magic. And this is the first book in the series. And it's basically, she started, how it goes is she's already late to her office job, and then she meets Liz, and Liz is the owner of the enchantment store, and Liz gives her a card that says, when you're ready to work here, you can, because then she got fired, and then Liz gets accused of murdering her sister, and it's up to Maggie to figure out who really killed her. And she also figures out that she's an empath that's, like, witch-related. I think this is the second one in this, I think it's like the second one in the series. I'm not sure, like, they don't have, like, numbers on the back, so you don't know which, like, number they are. It's called Where There's a Witch, and this is what it looks like. And this one takes place at a carnival where her and some of her friends from the shop that are also witches go, and somebody gets murdered there, and again, she has to figure out who killed him and stuff. I have to say, though, when I first read these books, when I first bought them, I got them at a giant book sale that, like, a local newspaper puts together, like, every year. And I have to say, they are I didn't know if they were going to be really good, because I thought, oh, they're going to be like witches, like they're like going to cast spells and stuff. But the other thing that they do is that's like magically related is they do the Ouija board to help communicate with ghosts, to help them like figure out, okay, like why did this ghost die and stuff like that. So the next two books I have are new books that you can buy in Target or Walmart. And the first one goes along with the theme, but the second one I don't think would, or you wouldn't get it. I don't know. So this is James Patterson. James Patterson's like a mystery type author, kind of. I mean, he does like young adult, young teen books. But this one I really liked because it was like it takes place, it's sort of like biblical and like some kind of like religious aspect to it. So if you're not really like a religious person or not, I don't recommend you read this book. But it was really, 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 really good. And it's called Cradle and All. And this is what it looks like. Now, like, I stopped reading James Patterson's books a long time ago. But when I read, like, the summary of this book, I was like, I have to get it. It sounds really, really, really good. And this is what it looks like. So basically what this is about, it's about the world. Everything's going wrong in the world. Like, there's droughts and famines and polio outbreaks, everything like that. And it turns out that there's two virgins, and one is carrying, like, the savior, and then they don't say it's God, but they just call it, like, the savior or something. And the second baby is going to be the devil or the demon or whatever. So these two detectives, one's from Ireland, and one's from, I think, one of the girls is from Ireland, one of the girls is from, one of the girls, I think, is from, like, Rhode Island or, like, the New England, one of, like, the New England states. And it's up to these two investigators to figure out whose baby is the right one and which one is the wrong one. And in the process, it's really funny because in the process, like, both of these girls live two distinctly separate lives. Like, they're both the opposites of each other. And every time when you read the book, you're, like, flip-flopping. You're like, okay, well, it has to be this one, or it has to be this one. But then at the end, it has a surprising twist to it. So I'm not going to tell you which one is which. You're just going to have to read it. It's really good. Like, there's, like, I don't know how many chapters are in it, but the chapters are always, like, really short. He always writes, like, really short chapters. It's really suspenseful. Like, I remember I read halfway through it, and I was like, oh my gosh, I need to read the rest of this. And it's in parts, too. Like, it's in parts, too. This one, I wanted to read this one because I really wanted to read it, but also because I thought, you know, this is about, like, gods and goddesses, and, you know, people dress up like them for Halloween, so that's, like, the connection. But this is, if you ever read Rick Riordan's books, he has this new series that's about, like, the Norse gods, and I think in an old book review that's from, like, a long time ago, I said that I wanted to, if I knew more about the Norse gods, I would probably have gotten into that series a lot better. And there's only one book, but the second book's coming out in October 4th or something. So this is by Rick Riordan. It's an official Rick Riordan companion book. And this is by the Hotel Van Halia. It's it's in the book. And the Norse god series that he's writing. And this is the Guide to the Norse World, your introduction to dignities, mythological beings, and fantastic creatures. Sorry, like, I can't talk today. And this is for Magnus Chase. He's, like, the main character in the series. And this is what it looks like. And it's basically just, like, a little book that goes about, it just talks about the Norse gods and goddesses, and then the creatures and places that are made up in the Norse mythology. It's really good. Like, now I think I can really get into the series because the next book comes out really soon. So these books are just random ones, and some of them are, like, ghost story books. So this is these ones all came from, like, flea markets and stuff. This one is called The Little Giant Book of True Ghost Stories. And it's by Myers, Raw, Machkin, and illustrated by Jim Shorpe. And it's 84 scary tales. And these tales weren't really that scary. And they're in, like, different parts. Like, there's haunted pets and households that are haunted and stuff like that. And it really wasn't that good of a book. It was really corny, kind of, because the stories were really, really short. Like, they were just, like, they didn't have any details in it to make you feel scared. So that book really wasn't that good. This one kind of was. And this is Ghostly Terror, Spooky Tales to Scare and Delight You. And it's by Daniel Cohen. And this is what it looks like. Some of there's 13 chapters in it. And each one is of a different, ghost story, and there's like pictures in it because it is a little kid book, and some of them are really good. Like, for a little kid book, you would think they'd be really scary, but they were. That book was really good. I don't know if you'll be able to find it. You probably have to find it like on Amazon or like on your Kindle or something. This one was another good one. It's The Charleston Ghosts. It's by Margarey Martin, and it was illustrated by Alfred Simmons, and there's not that many illustrations in it, so to make it like a little kid book. This is what it looks like. I found this at a book sale. Like, I was just looking randomly through like some stuff, and I found it. And this is just about each chapter is about each chapter is about a ghost or a ghost sighting or a ghostly historic building in Charleston. And it was really good. Like, I liked it. It was really good. Like, I can't really describe because each chapter is different. But it's mostly just about, and it's mostly about the ghost in Charleston. And then it gives, like, a little, like, background story of it. It's really good. I really, really liked it. Like, it's really good, but some of the words are offensive in it. So if you get really offensive, don't read it, but it's really good. It's about, I don't know if it's about the author, but it's like one person who's going around to all these historic stuff to see if, because the person who, I think it was the girl who wrote the book, she believes in ghosts, and she's going to all these different places to do her experience as well in these places that are haunted. This one is this is the last book I have. It's the 18 Best Stories by Edgar Allan Poe. It was edited by Vincent Price and Chandler Brosland, and an introduction by Vincent Price. Vincent Price was an actor, and he played a lot of like evil people. At least like the couple movies that I've seen him in, he played like evil people or like villainous people. And he played some, I guess, like, they made some, like, Edgar Allan Poe movies or something, and he was in some of them. And it's basically just 18 stories by Edgar Allan Poe. And some of them, like, I never heard of before, like The Balloon Hulks and The Man That Was Used Up, and The System of Dr. Tar and Professor Feather. This is what it looks like. It was really good, but the thing is like, the words are like this big on a page, and when you have like 50 pages to get through, it really does give me a headache. It's like when I read like a classical book or something that's really dry. I'm not saying like these stories weren't good. I mean, they were good. But I just get headaches from them, so it took me a while to get through that book. So, comment below and tell me some of your favorite books for Halloween, or like scary horror books for Halloween. Please subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, share this video, and I'll see you guys next time with another video, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day.